on Twitch, as long as it worked. Sometimes it doesn't, but we should be live on for our Uncanny Adventures. We're back for Forge of Fury. We are somewhere in the mountains north of Mirabar in an underground set of caverns, searching for ancient dwarven forged weapons. The party has been tasked with finding these weapons, bringing them back for a fee, and if they bring back some decent maps for the man that sent them, he'll pay them an extra wage. In our last couple sessions, they found their way inside the mountain, and they have discovered a tribe of orcs that has taken over this upper level of the dungeon, and they are working their way deeper into the mountain to try to find what they were sent here to look for. So we'll start off with saying hello to our players and characters again. So we'll start with Brad.
Hi, I'm Brad, playing Rashad, the Githyanki Samurai, and looking forward to solving this dungeon.
And Barry.
Oh yeah, I'm Barry, I play Cormac, the Wood Elf Rogue, and I just want to steal and kill more things.
And Jamie.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm playing Ardak, the Gold Dragonborn Barbarian, and I don't want to die this session.
Good goal, good goal. And I'm Jeanette. I will be the dungeon master and facilitator of the adventure, and I'll try not to kill Ardak if the monsters can help it. You know, I only can do what the monsters want to do. So, when we last left off, you had done a good job of working your way through this first level of the dungeon. You killed a lot of orcs, including a very large orc with a couple of pet direwolves, and you made your way further into the complex, finding a cell with two prisoners who had been taken from the nearby village, a couple of farmers. After a long discussion with Cormac that the villagers may or may not have enjoyed, the party did release them, and they found that there was a chimney leading up and out of the kitchen area that they were able to climb out of, and they armed the prisoners and sent them on their way home. Cormac was sure to remind them that they've offered to pay them when they get back.
With horses.
With horses. And then the party, you secured yourselves inside the kitchen. You grabbed a bunch of these barrels and crates and boxes and things like that, and you have locked yourself inside this space to take a rest. During the night, you do hear, it sounds like movement, noises outside of your little fortified area. Nothing disturbs it, though, and it's not close by. And you do manage to spend an 8-hour rest in here without anything coming in and trying to eat you or disturb you. And so you wake, you can see some light creeping in down the chimney just a little bit, so it is sometime after sunrise when you wake up. What do you guys want to do?
I get up and stretch and work out the kinks, and I put my armor back on.
I just realized I could have robbed you while you slept, but I didn't.
And I start pulling out my rations, and I start eating my breakfast. I'm ready to start the day. How about you guys?
Well, I heard noises throughout the night, apart from you guys snoring.
Yeah, well.
What kind of noises?
What kind of noises?
It sounded like it was distant, but it sounded like at one point you heard what maybe was the scratching of a door opening somewhere. You heard distant footfalls, but nothing that came close enough to identify what it might have been.
I relay that information on.
Oh, you want to go out and take a look around?
Okay, I would have, but there's a bunch of barrels in my way, and they're really heavy, and I'm not lifting anything.
That's fine. I'll move those just enough for you to get out. You're kind of small.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll go and I'll move a couple of barrels with enough room for him to slip out.
All right, so you take a few minutes and you slide them aside to make some space. And Cormac, you slip past the barrels and back out into the darkened dungeon. Looking around, it looks like the main room is much as you left it. You don't see
When
anything
you say
in
the
here.
main room, do you mean the one by the
Yeah, the one where you first come out
Jail?
of the kitchen, where there were some bedrolls and some boxes
Oh,
that
yeah.
were first left.
Yep.
So
And
you,
then do I know which direction the sounds came from?
it was hard to tell. They sounded like they were coming from. You're not sure if it was out by the big doors that are up ahead. They are closed, so it doesn't look like those were opened. It's really hard to tell from being in behind the boxes. They were a little far away from you.
Now, judging by where we came from and how far we've traveled, would I know what those big doors lead to?
Looking at
They're
the
the ones
doors,
to the left, right?
yeah, they're the ones to the far left at the end of that hallway. Looking at them, they bear a very much a resemblance to the two big heavy doors that were the opposite side of that rope bridge that had been cut.
Oh, yeah. So, rope bridge, which is cut down and not up,
Mm-hmm.
to the left. We've been up top and cleared that, so there's only to the right. And if the only other stuff left in that open room, which the other two looked at, the only door which they could see was that hidden one, right?
They saw the hidden door, and they also could tell you that a bunch of the crates blocked what looked like another tunnel, but they would take some time to kind of move all out of there.
And that would be noisy, correct?
That would make some noise, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to assume, even though I know what assuming does, and it's a hidden door, so I'll go tell people that. I'm going to take a guess and say the hidden door was opened.
Did you go through it?
No, because
Why not?
you're the
Is
big
he
guys.
Yeah, you're the sneaky guy.
I can fit through this gap right now. You guys need to make a bigger room, so if I need help, you guys can make it there faster than, hold on, moving the barrels.
So as he was off exploring, I was actually moving the barrels to make it big enough for me and Cormac to get through. Or
All
me
right.
and-
So yeah, so you come back, and the space is wide enough now for Ardak and Rishan to make their way through as well.
So, secret door.
Secret door. Okay.
Sure, secret door sounds good.
All right, so you guys make your way back through the tunnel, heading back around the corner, and the secret door was in the lower right-hand passage. It was in the side of the wall down there.
Oh, so down.
Yep, so down that little crevice of a tunnel.
Okay.
And in the right-hand side of the wall was the secret door.
Okay. Can I check said door for traps after the other two almost poisoned and killed themselves earlier?
Yes, you
Well,
can.
yesterday. What's that? Investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Which way are we going?
Down
Down.
to the right.
All right.
Okay, 14.
All right, so you investigate this slab of wall, and you don't see anything that makes you think there's any kind of trap on this stone slab. You can see again one of those depressions where you could stick your hand in and it would click it open and let you slide it away.
Okay, I want to step behind. I want to be last in this group and
You're not
hiding
opening the
behind a
door?
wall. Nah. I want to be hiding behind the wall or just to the side. And can I notch an arrow in case? Because every other door we've gone through has been something dangerous.
Sure.
And I want to prep for danger.
Danger senses on lock.
Is
And
the
if
door
I
locked?
see an orc, I want to shoot.
Is
So
the door locked?
the door is not locked.
Let's fuck some shit up.
All right, I'll open the door.
All right, so you push on the stone, and the door pivots open, and it opens on this corridor that goes in and kind of disappears around the corner into more darkness beyond. So you found another tunnel here.
Do I hear anything?
Make me a perception check. Alright, so you listen carefully. You don't hear anything beyond the normal cave noises at the moment, like the dripping of the water and the condensation and stuff in here. Otherwise, you don't hear anything.
Okay, Cormac, your turn.
Okay. Do I need to do another stealth?
You,
Or is my previous one still good?
that's still good, because you haven't moved or said anything. So you can use that to slide down the tunnel past your comrades.
Okay. And what do I see?
All right.
It looks like another dead end.
Yep. So you come to the end here, but you can see on this side the markings of another stone door. So you know that there's another secret door here in this wall. And also, you can see clearly where the opening mechanism is for this door.
Any traps on this door?
Make a perception or an investigation check for me.
I see nothing.
You see,
There's a
it looks.
There's a big dude in front of me.
Yeah,
I'm
there's.
blaming him.
The big dragonborn, as you look for traps, Ardak steps just sort of in front of you, and Ryshan sort of steps around as well. No traps as far as you can see.
Well, I'm going to keep my arrow notched and be like, they can set the trap up. I'm like a good 10 feet or 10, 15 feet away, right?
Yep, you
Trap
are.
should hit me. I should be safe.
Is this door locked?
Looking at it, it does not appear to be locked. It just has another one of those stone depressions in the wall.
Okay,
Same thing.
I'll push it open.
Any
Alright.
orcs, I'm shooting.
Alright, so you push on this, and the door pivots open and reveals a chamber beyond of finished stonework. The room is cluttered with a bunch of crude furnishings. The air is a bit hazy with some smoke. A small cooking fire is almost out in the far corner. You can see there are dozens of yellowed skulls that are suspended from the ceiling by fraying bits of rope. They're strung through the holes and punched into the bone. So looking around, you don't see any figures in this room. It looks like, looking quickly, it looks like somebody was here recently, but they may have collected their items and left the chamber. And there's a door in the northern wall that's currently closed.
Hey, Cormac, your turn again.
First off, can I check the room for any valuables and shinies?
Yes, you can. You can make me an investigation check.
Nah.
13.
All right.
I'll do the shinies.
So,
Someone has to.
aside from your two shiny friends, you poke around a little bit, and you do notice, buried under some clutter in one of the corners, there are two small sacks that appear to have been left behind.
I would like to look in said sacks.
You pull the drawstrings open, and you can see each of them is filled with silver coins.
I found some money, guys.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
How much money
Thanks.
did I find?
You pick it up and sort of like hold them both and kind of shake them, and you figure there's 160 silver pieces in each of these bags.
I'm pretty precise with my weight guessing.
You're that guy that can flick the bills and know the count.
Do you guys want to
How many
carry
bags were
them?
there?
I'll give you each one of the bags because you guys can carry them because I don't want to weigh myself down in case I find better loot.
Okay.
So kind of you.
So there were 3 bags?
2 bags, 160 silver pieces in each of the bags.
See, Cormac's nice. He's sharing the wealth, and it's only silver, not gold. So I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Can I
that's fine. I tossed it in my
Yes.
backpack.
can I look at the skulls a little closer, see if there's anything like beyond, a hole being punched into them, anything weird about them?
Sure.
Do they talk?
Make me a perception check.
Ooh, look at that.
All right. So looking closely at the skulls, they look like they're maybe set up. Some are orc skulls, some are humanoid skulls. It looks like they may be set up maybe for some kind of rituals, or maybe to be used in some kind of castings or something, and that they're kept for those purposes.
Okay. Do they look like old? Can I tell that at all?
Yeah, they're mostly old. There are some that are fresher, so they're various stages of having been collected and put here.
Can I crush the skulls?
You just want to start pulling them down and crushing them, or hitting them like a piñata.
Yeah, no, pull them down and crush them.
All right.
In hands.
All right, yeah. So you can. The ceiling's not too high, and you're very tall, so you can reach up and just start pulling them off and kind of just crushing them in your palms. They come away very easily. The room does not explode when you pull them away.
That's bonus.
And you easily go through and crush all of these skulls down to pieces and powder.
So, did you tell us that for rituals, or did he?
Yeah, Ardak would have told everybody that they looked like they were used for a ritual of some sort.
So
No
in
more
other
rituals,
words,
no more.
we have a magical person, possibly somewhere.
Possible magic orc.
Shit. Okay.
Magic orc's no good.
This door, is it locked?
Looking at the door, there is a keyhole, and it does appear to be locked as you kind of look at it a little more closely.
Can I see if I can hear anything on the other side of the door?
Sure, make a perception check.
Look at all these checks we're doing.
I know, it's great.
Love checks.
You put
Safety
your,
first.
You put your ear to the keyhole and you listen. You hear the dripping noises, and then you hear this low buzzing sound on the other side of the door.
Okay, I hear buzzing.
Trap. Is there a trap?
I can unlock the door if one of you open it, because I don't want to be the one that goes in.
Is there a trap?
I don't know, is there a trap?
Make me investigation check on the door.
Look how trusting we are.
You investigate the door and
Trust nothing.
yeah, you don't find anything that makes you think there's a trap. So you think that the buzzing is something that's beyond this door in the next chamber.
I'll unlock it, I'll notch an arrow, and one of you shiny guys can walk in.
Does the door open out or in?
Looking at the door opens into this room.
Oh, okay.
So
You
one
can
of
hide behind
you
the door.
shinies. No, well, I want to be ready for an arrow in case I need to shoot straight up. Maybe one of you shinies swing the door as the other one charges.
You have to open door. It's locked.
Unlock the door first.
Yeah, I'll unlock and then one of you. Yeah, okay. Let's
All right.
unlock the door.
So make me a dexterity check. Yep, with your thieves' tools. All right, so you get your thieves' tools in this lock and you kind of maneuver it, and you think for a second and you're not going to be able to, and then you hear the nice little click that you know is the familiar sound of it unlocking, and you pull out your thieves' tools.
You thought I couldn't do it, but I did. So I want to step back here and have my arrow ready,
Okay.
my bow ready.
So Cormac successfully unlocks the door and steps away.
I pull it open.
All right, so
And I'll kind of stand like I assume he's opening the door, kind of like stepping back. So I'll just stand there with my trident ready. just
okay.
Ready to go.
All right, so you pull open the door on this large chamber. You can see a few things when you first open the door. The ceiling in the room ahead of you goes up 30 feet high in the center. It's a pretty impressive chamber, considering the rest of these caverns have not been more than 10 feet. You can see the walls are carved with images of dwarves at their forges. There are two large stone doors, the one that you came through, and another one on the far side of the room in the northern wall. You can see what looks like skeletons lie scattered near the northern door. To the left of you, near the northern door, is a gate of wrought iron metal bars. The center of the floor it looks like it creates a natural rift that descends sharply downward, and you see dozens of stone steps that lead down into the darkness. And you hear the distant sound of running water, and then you hear the buzzing sound that Cormac heard. And looking down into this hole, you can see shapes that are flying around. They look like these small mosquito-like creatures that are buzzing inside the chamber. And as you open the door with your light sources, they start to fly up out of this hole. And we're gonna roll some initiative.
Fun.
I know, right? So let me reveal the monsters.
I not notice much.
Shit.
We're so fine, guys. It's okay.
I just need to be faster than at least one of them.
All right, let's see here. So Rashawn is at an 8. 14 for Cormac and a 15 for Ardak. Let's see how my little Sturge buddies do.
1, 1, 1, 1.
Because these, in fact, you do see, they are Sturges that are flying here. And they are just disgusting looking little critters. So,
They have
Can we
inner
keep
beauty.
very much.
Can we keep one as a pet?
I mean, we'll have to see.
Not that one.
So the
Well, that one maybe, because it goes before me.
Yeah. So the Sturges.
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
I know which one I'm attacking.
One doesn't go before you.
I know which one I'm attacking. Whichever one doesn't move. It's
Right.
Holy cow. These things are fast.
They are fast. Very, very fast. So. all
Normally
right.
fast things are squishy.
We'll find out. All right. So, you have opened the door and brought your light source into view, and these are attracted immediately to the light. So, it flies up out of the hole right into Rashawn's face, just up into this light, and it is going to try to bite you and suck your blood. It seems like it's very hungry for a new source of food here. All right, so it flies up and it is going to attempt to bite you. So that didn't do what I wanted it to. Hang
I knock it away with my shield.
on. Yes, you do. So it flies into your face and you slam it and it falls back as you do that. Its friends will fly up. And they fly in. One is going to go after Raishan again. For a 20 to hit.
Ouch.
Alright, so he does 4 points of piercing damage. And he is attached to you where he stabs you.
Grr.
Alright, so then
Arr.
one is going to try to jab its little pointy nose into Ardak. But
Nope.
it only gets an 11, so it tries to stab you and it gets knocked away off your scales. Then it will be Ardak's turn.
Oh, goody. First, I rage,
Okay.
and then I am going to stab the little guy who tried to bite me, because I don't like that.
Kitty.
Oh, for 9.
Alright, you swatted it, like stab ahead with your trident, but it's too fast and it flies up and over the pointy part of the trident.
That little bastard.
Alright, Cormac.
I want to try and shoot the one which hasn't moved or done anything.
Alright, so there's the one at the far back that seems to be a little more sluggish than his allies.
Mies has probably had a lot to eat and he's slower. So I get advantage because I'm assassinate.
Yes.
And
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
All of these bodies in front of you, between you and this open doorway and this creature, just sort of throw off your shot, and your arrow kind of glances off of the shield that Rashawn used to deflect the first attack. So Rashawn, you just see this arrow kind of go off the top of your shield.
I'm going to yell out trick shot as I shoot.
Don't shoot me.
I was trying to do a trick shot, and of course we all know what I'm going to do with my bonus action.
Hide.
And
I wonder.
All right. So, Raishan, you deflect one Sturge. Another Sturge is in your arm at the start of your turn. Oh no, at the start of its turn. So, what do you want to do on your turn?
I am going to reach down and grab this thing and yank it off of my arm.
All right. So, do you want to give me a strength athletics check to pull this thing away?
I think it goes bye-bye.
It tries with all of its might to hold on and to get that nice juicy blood out of you, and you just still yank it free. It looks very disappointed. So you have one sturge that you have now collected in your
I would
hand.
be disappointed as well if I rolled a nat 20 and still got ripped off.
He's very upset by this. Meanwhile, the sluggish sturge in the back. Rashawn, are you all set?
That's all I can do.
All right. He sees you tear his friend from your arm, and he's going to fly in and attempt to nibble on you as well. And he gets an 11 to try to stab into you as you're distracted by his little buddy.
No good.
All right. So, at the top of the order, top of the round, the other 3 sturges are going to attempt. The one that you're holding tries to jab into your face as you're holding it up. So he tries to attack you with a 19.
That matches. No
All right.
good.
So, is that your AC?
That's my AC.
All right, so it does actually stab you. It's meet or beat.
Okay.
Yeah. So 4 points of piercing damage. You pull it out, and it angrily just jabs into your cheek in response to being pulled out of its original source of blood. The other one on the side, the other 2 on the sides are going to go after Ardak. So a 13.
Nope.
And an 11. So your shiny scales are a hindrance to these 2 creatures as they're just trying to. They sort of are fluttering right next to you and just kind of woodpeckering, trying to jab in and find a soft spot, and having a hard time at doing this. And then it is Ardak's turn.
Ardak, kill these things.
I'll try. I'll just try and stab one of them again.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You stab at another one, and it flutters down this time, and you miss again, as they're just literally like the nastiest little mosquito / woodpeckers you've ever met. All right, so after Ardak, Cormac, you have hidden again. Your comrades are surrounded by these pests.
I want that slow bastard again.
Okay, he's up in the corner over
Do
here.
I get advantage?
Yes, because they don't see you. All right, this time you do in fact hit that slow sturge up in the corner.
Down.
And
17.
And you see it just get impaled, and it sort of tumbles out of sight. You just hear like a soft thwop somewhere down below in that stairwell as it disappears from sight, and it dies.
And come out.
All right. You disappear again in the shadows of the room, using the smoke coming from the dying fire to cover yourself up. And then it is Rashawn's turn. You again have one of these just now. It's piercing into your cheek.
But I still have him in my hand,
Yep,
right?
you're still holding on to him.
So I'm gonna yank him away from me and hold him at arm's length.
Okay. Just make another strength athletics to pull him out. Aw. This time, he does not have as good a grip, and you easily pull him away at arm's length and hold him away.
As part of that, can I squeeze to crush him in my hand?
Yeah, you can make me an attack roll against him, and you have advantage because you're holding him.
Let's see. How do I do a unarmed attack?
Just roll a d20 plus your strength.
You just click strength and it'll do it.
Yeah, it'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Yeah. So you squeeze down on this thing, and so it'll be 1 hit point plus your strength modifier damage.
So that's 5.
All right. You just pop its little head off as you squeeze the body, and the top just goes off like a. It's just gross.
See,
Blood.
easy kill.
Yep.
Kill
Blood
something,
and guts.
Ardak.
Ardak, you're standing behind and you get sort of splattered as this thing goes
Ugh.
off, like a little pop top.
Is it like part its blood, but also part his blood?
Yes.
There's... Oh, fun.
Yep.
Beautiful. Lovely.
So, after you squeeze it, the other two, they sort of, actually this one would still be there because you squeeze the one in the front. The one that is next to you here is going to attack you, Raishan, because you just popped his friend's head off. So, against Raishan, a 23.
Jiminy Christmas. These things like me. I must be tasty.
They've never tasted anything like you before. So this is their first Githyanki that they've ever had, and you're like a fine wine. So 4 points of piercing damage. The other one is damn determined. It is going to get into Ardak's blood if it kills it. And it gets a 12 to hit Ardak.
We just can't hit. Me and this water just keep trying to hit each other. We can't.
And it's just like ping, 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 ping. It even like gets as close as it can in that moment, and it's just like, and it cannot get in there. So after that, Ardak, it is your turn.
I'm gonna keep trying to stab this guy.
All right.
Making me angry now. There we
All right.
go.
This time you do in fact stab the little creature.
For 10 damage.
And you skewer it on the end of the trident, and you have gained 1 sturge on the end of your trident. And it just sort of leaks on the trident. Not so much as the one that got exploded, because it did not get a good lunch.
About time.
Oh, shut up.
Cormac, you're watching this from the shadows of the room. There is 1 sturge left that is currently jabbed into the side of Rashawn's like upper shoulder.
Oh, let's see how I go, shall I? Let's see how close I can get.
Kill this thing.
You shoot, and it just goes right by Rashawn's ear, more than by the sturge. Rashawn, you hear the whistle of the arrow pass by your ear, and just like, surprise.
Did you miss again?
Don't try and hide money from me. And you guys are very shiny. It's very hard to see.
And the voice says, and then he vanishes. It kind of fades away to black. So, Raishan, it is you and this 1 sturge. It is jammed into the side of your shoulder area.
I'm going to reach up and grab it and pull it off me again.
All right, let's see if he can hold on. He gets a 3. So you manage to pull him away.
And I hold him at arm's length.
All right, so Raishan is holding up another target. It tries...
Can I squeeze it again?
Oh, yeah, go ahead and roll to squeeze him. Roll for squeeze. That squeezes him.
And that's another 5 damage.
All right, so you still have in the other hand the limp body of 1, and now you... And Ardak, you're covered again as the head explodes in your direction.
Ah!
And Raishan is holding 2 squeezed sturges.
Arrgh.
But they are all dead.
Cool.
These things not nice. They suck blood.
Well, they sucked your blood.
Yeah,
Just because
I
they
don't
hit
find
me.
them a hassle at all. They were quite easy.
The best part, though, is... Go ahead.
I toss the dead bodies down into this pit.
All right, you hear 2 thwaps, and looking around, the best part of the whole thing is the one that looks the worst off is Ardak, who's covered in blood, but none of it's his own.
And I'm just gonna keep that sturge on my trident just skewered there. Just as a warning to any other sturges that show up.
You
Can
don't
I
wanna-
check the room for shinies?
Sure. You want to move deeper into this room and look around?
Well, I'm still pretty invisible right now.
You are very invisible.
So...
All right.
Oh, that's good.
So moving around quietly, you can see as you move forward, you look about through these bars up here on the left-hand side. You can see it looks like a tunnel goes back, and you can see the back side of a bunch of crates and barrels. So you realize that this is that other tunnel that you guys found in that front room. You also see all these bodies lying on the floor. Looking at them, they look like they are they had been charred and burned. And you can see lying about, like, you see, like, the heads of, like, a couple axes, but you don't see the shafts of the axes anywhere. And then there's this door at the far end of the room, this stone door. And it looks like, let's see. It is carved in the image of a glowering dwarf's face. There are hinges on this side, so it looks like it opens outward into the room. Yep. So the
Cormac, your turn.
Last time we saw something with a dwarf thing, it almost poisoned you guys, so I'm going to stand back a bit.
So I said, your turn. You look.
I'm going to assume, based on the charred bodies in the no wood, that a bunch of fire is going to come out of this thing. Just throwing it out there.
Dude, I'm a wood elf. I'm not going anywhere near this.
Check for traps, dude. You're rogue. Go find
Wood
traps.
Elf. There's no wood around there. I'm taking the hint.
Go check for a trap.
Just look at the door closer.
Okay.
I didn't say to open it. I said check for trap.
13.
All right, so you move a little closer, even though you don't really want to. You can see, you can see as you get closer that there are, on either side of this door, they're hidden really well in the construction of the wall, but there looks like there are two sort of spouts on either side. And looking at it more closely, you can see that it is in fact part of a trap mechanism.
It's trapped.
So why not disarm trap?
I can try, but if I get killed because of you, I'm haunting you so much.
Your job is trap. You fix traps.
You can set them off, and then I don't need to worry about disarming them. So how do I disarm a trap?
All right, so you would have to roll me a dexterity check using your thieves' tools to do this.
24.
All right, so Cormac, you take a couple of minutes. You carefully examine the trap, and you kind of pick up some pieces of bone and other things, and you sort of lodge them in and kind of put them inside of these spouts and sort of just jab them in until they're almost, you can't pull them back out. And you work on it carefully, and when you're done, you feel comfortable that you have taken care of this trap and it will not hurt anyone if it goes off.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to step back so if they do shoot out, they don't hit me.
You fix trap?
Yep, fix trap.
Okay.
Do you want me to try? Because, I am kind of fire resistant.
Sure.
Just throwing that out there.
And I'm going to notch my arrow and prepare to shoot any orc I see.
I'm just standing
Oh,
way
mosquito.
back here. I don't like fire.
So I'm going to try to open the door.
All right.
Any orc or mosquito is going to be shot by me if I see it.
All right, so Ardak moves up to the door, and he holds on, like, kind of the bottom lip of the dwarf, and you pull the door open. You hear something release as the door opens. You hear what sounds like fluid rushing through a pipe, and you hear the sound of ignition. And you see on either side of your head, where these spouts are now packed full of stuff from Cormac, you see them, like, get brighter and brighter, like they're getting hot. But then it quickly kind of dulls down and the sound goes quiet again. And you're looking into a small room. It looks like it's a sort of a little closet room. Let me show you.
I move back up when no fire comes.
Let's see. All right, so it opens on this littler room, this little small space in here. And inside is, you can see now, there's like a counterweight system that when the door opened, it pulled this counterweight and it opened up these channels where it looks like some kind of fluid must have run through. And there's you can see where there's sort of a flint and steel sparking device on either side. that must have ignited the fires. If Cormac hadn't successfully closed it, you think that flame would have gutted out of either one of those slits and just burned anybody standing in front of the door. Hence the many burned corpses. You can see too that it looks like the counterweight will pull the door shut, like it's slowly rising, and you look behind you and the door is kind of ticking closed as it pulls, and it looks like it will reset those chutes in that trap again, like it's got its own kind of auto reset.
I'm just gonna let the door shut. I'm not gonna try and stop the counterweight. With you, I could just reopen it.
Are you gonna stay inside with this? Okay.
Yes, I'm staying inside.
I'm staying inside too.
Bye.
All right. So Cormac, you watch as the door slowly closes your comrades inside this little room.
Bye,
Look for something
Cormac.
we can barricade that door shut.
There's a bunch of corpses and bones in here. You think if you could figure
Let's wedge that shit.
Do you want to roll me a dexterity check with your thieves' tools to wedge the door shut?
What?
Alright.
That's just a 16, not advantage. I was ready
Alright.
for an attack. Fuck him.
Alright, so you guys hear some noise on the other side of the door. While you're inside this small enclosed space, you can see that there's a counterweight mechanism. There's a system of pipes that connect it to two, what look like 20-gallon copper drums. There's still some liquid in the drums. It has like a very kind of like gasoline-y type smell to you, like sulfuric. Is anybody skilled in any kind of alchemy?
I don't believe so.
I got a poisonous kit.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So you're not 100% sure what that might be. You think it might be flammable.
Are there any little
with open torches? This is amazing. Open flames. Let's go.
No, I have a little lantern. I don't have a torch. Are there any vials or something so I can take some of this flammable liquid?
There are no vials in here, so if you have some, you could maybe take it with you.
I think I do, actually. I do have a vial.
All right. So are you going to collect there's these two big drums with and they're slightly different looking, the two liquids. What do you want to collect?
Does it... And there are pipes into them?
Yeah, it looks like the pipes suck the fluid out and into the system.
Do the pipes can I see if they meet somewhere and then go off, or do they go in two completely different directions?
You can see that they do meet in a space and then they split to the two vents.
I'm going to... Oh, this could be terrible. Hey, Rasan.
Yes. I'm just.
You may want to leave for this because I don't know what's about to happen, and if it goes up in flames, it's not going to hurt me as much.
Okay. I'm gonna go and push the door open.
All right, you push the door open, and the counterweight goes back, and the pipes suction out more of this chemical into the pipes. You see on either side where it combines again, you see the little flicker of a spark, and you hear the rush of flame through the pipes. This room gets really hot for a second, as the pipes heat up exponentially. Cormac, you see this, the door opens, the fire starts to almost go through what you stuffed in the holes for the first time, it's burning through. You actually this time get spurts of fire. They only shoot out about 5 feet on either side of Rashawn, who, when you open the door, it's this boom, at a concert of fireworks going off on either side of you. And then it fizzles back down.
That was fun.
The door wasn't wedged enough.
Oh, yeah, make a strength check, actually, as you push it. I forgot you wedged it. Oh, he just manages to push it open. So it's stuck for a second, and he slams it open. So yeah,
Okay.
there's this just boom.
So once he's out and the doors are shut,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to fill my vial with both of them.
Okay.
Because looking at it, it kind of looks like on their own they're not bad, but then like whenever they meet, that's what kind of mixes them and makes it super flammable.
Okay. So
I just want to gather that and kind of brace myself.
as you do this, make me an intelligence check.
Oh no, I'm dumb. I'm a dumb boy. That's 20, though.
You know something about fire.
So
It's fire.
you carefully get and there's not as much liquid now. Like that suctioned out. You think that trap is probably not going to function after maybe one more time because it's using up what's left in these vats. But you get enough out, and you get them mixed in the container. And you're actually kind of startled when it sort of takes on this sort of fiery like glow to it as you kind of cork the container. And you think, this may be you're not sure what this is going to do, but this you may have done this right because it does not explode in your hand.
Huzzah.
All right, so you have one vial. Make a note of questionable fire
Stuff. Okay. And then so with the counterweight of how this trap works, is there a way I can like do something so then I can open the door without it flaming, or is it just always going to do that?
You wanted, because the door shuts again as you're collecting the liquid, Rashawn.
Yeah, I let it shut.
It just shuts. You could try to disarm this. You don't have thieves' tools, so it would be a straight dexterity roll to try to disarm this counterweight.
Yeah, kind of dexterous. Famous last words.
Is there like a valve system or something in there?
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
Just close valve.
I really know what this fire stuff is. This is mine.
Yeah, you figure out a way to sort of offset the counterweight and kind of disconnect it from the door and leave it so that it won't go off again. And now you feel like you could open that door safely.
Okay. I open the door and I just poke my head out. Disarming it wasn't that hard. I don't know why we think it's such a big deal.
Well, then why didn't you do it sooner?
Well, you can do every trap from now on.
Okay. I'll just throw you at all the traps. It's fine.
No, you can disarm it. You need to find me first to throw me.
That's fair.
Do wherever voice is. Not hard find.
Can I do a performance to throw my voice over to the other side?
Sure.
Well, should we...
Fuck.
He
This
says
is
that.
right
It's
there.
right
I
there.
see voice.
I'm not hiding.
Definitely right there.
This is the worst day of rolling for me so far.
It's the karma. It's come back.
I told you it was coming. Dun, 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 dun.
Please, no tough bites today.
Shall we
Yes.
descend?
I suppose. Should sneaky guy go first?
Does he want to now?
After we've insulted him?
I'll go first.
All right.
Oh, fuck. Ow. You guys are way too close with that bright light.
You think you're stealthy, but we could just like see you just like creeping along.
And it's not even so much the bright light. It's that as they start descending the stairs, you just hear this clink, 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 ching, ching, clink, clink.
I look up at Rasan. I thought he didn't have any gold.
The clanking's you guys.
I don't think so. Not this time.
All right. So
Okay, man.
let's see here.
Ah,
So you guys
Or
are
maybe
going
it
to
is me.
descend down
How
into
stealth
the
is
dell.
maybe it is me. This is another
It's
natural.
not me.
I'm leaving.
Fair. Alright, so you guys are going to descend down into the darkness
Oh,
below.
look at this. I'm stealthier than the rogue. I can disarm traps better than the rogue. Well, fucking you can go first.
Right?
Fuck it. I'm off back to the farm to get my horses.
You look around and you think to yourself, I understand now why Clarilla hasn't come out of hiding in like a day, because what the hell is going on here?
Clarilla has literally just been falling behind us like 50 feet so we can't see. Just like, they got it.
Yep, she doesn't even want to be in, like, she's just like, I'll help if I need to, but if I don't have to, I'm just not going to get in the way of this, because this is just too good. Alright, so you guys are going to descend down into another level of the caverns. So you descend down and down these stairs. And the stairs twist and they turn for a long way down. The floor has been cut into hundreds of shallow steps, but the walls and ceiling are still natural rock around you. You go down and you get down about 60 feet or so down, and a rushing stream is spilling across your way here. It's coming out of a narrow crack to the south and crosses the stairs, disappearing into a narrow winding tunnel to the north. This tunnel is only about 2 or 3 feet wide, and then the stairs continue downward.
Well, I think we do what every good adventuring party does and split up.
Send you first down narrow tunnel. You small.
Are we talking where the water's coming from to the south?
The tunnel goes up to the
Yeah,
north.
looking into the tunnel from the south, the crevice gets very small. But to the north, it's wider, but it only is about 2 or 3 feet wide. So
Someone's torch is in my way. So I can't crawl down where the water...
You can go a little ways, but you see that it gets thinner and thinner, and it's only about 15 feet in before you can't go any further that direction.
So I'm going up.
Yes.
That's where people want me to go? Okay.
You skinny, you go. Tell us what you see.
More water. Do I still follow the water? It looks like it splits again. Do you want me going up to where it splits? I don't really feel like yelling that much in this cave because it probably echoes.
Keep going till you find something.
Okay.
So as Rashawn says that back to you and his voice echoes, up ahead of you, you hear a buzzing sound again, Cormac.
Fuck you, Rashawn. Fuck you. I get my bow and arrow ready. And the first sign of any movement, even if it's a shiny gold dude, I'm shooting.
All right.
Did you find something?
His voice echoes, and you do in fact now see, as his voice echoes up ahead of you, you see the small fluttering form of another sturge flying out around this corner. All right, so the sturge flies out into the corridor in front of you above the stream to investigate this noise that it hears. And immediately, you hit it with an arrow. The little sturge goes flying away backward with the trajectory of the arrow, disappearing into the stream with a plunk. And we'll roll initiative as you hear the angry sound of more buzzing, as you have angered its little colony of friends that were waiting for it.
Can I also just point out, I just did 29 points of damage.
You did.
As I was thinking about hitting Rashawn. What is with my initiative rolls? Maybe I'll take the alert feat and get that +5.
Alright, I'm just going to roll once for the sturges, so they'll all go on the same initiative. So we'll see if I roll high or low. I roll high!
So I don't get my assassin advantage on anyone. This is fucked.
Well, you got one.
Oh, can
It's
I
just
use
a
my
bunch
bonus
more.
action to hide?
Yes, actually you can. Alright, let's see.
Please be high. Yes. Maybe they won't notice me as I fly towards loud people.
So I imagine this as you shoot the one and it goes flying and plunks into the stream, and then you just sort of duck into the water of the stream and flatten yourself out of sight as much as you can.
Yep, I'll have a little reed pointing up so I can breathe.
He gets nice and wet.
Yes, you do. You get nice and soaking wet. All right, so I will put these guys on the token layer so I can see them. Boop, boop, boop.
This is absolute bullshit.
Angry Sturges. All right, so, and
There's harsh words being said after this combat.
I think that's usual now. All right, so let's see. They are going to. You hear the buzzing get louder. That seems to fly over where you're lying in the reeds, but it sees tasty, tasty morsels up ahead and continues to fly toward you. But it has to use all of its movement to get there.
Tasty.
And the others come flying out and follow their comrade. But they have to use all of their movement to get up here. So they double move as they fly. And there's this whole swarm that just goes over your head, Ardat or Cormac. You just see through the they just fly past toward your friends. And then
Friends is a very loose term.
I did nothing.
I know.
Ardak, you are standing there with your trident in hand. You still have a sturge on the top of your trident as these other sturges fly in at you. What do you want to do, Ardak?
I sigh heavily because, of course, it's happening. And then I just take a deep breath and I'm going to fire cone them all. My fire breath.
Oh, how far out does that go?
15-foot cone.
Okay. So they need to make dexterity saves, right?
Yep.
What's the DC for this?
Let me double check.
Thank God I'm 20 feet. This just would have been the end of it. I just would have, no, I'm going up, fuck this. No gold's worth this shit.
You're underwater.
It's a 13.
All right. So I have 5 sturges. So I'm going to start with the ones closest and work my way back. So the first one fails. The second one fails. Third one makes it. Fourth one fails. And the fifth one makes it. So roll me some fire damage, my friend.
They all still take damage, just the two who made it take half. So that is... only 3 fire damage.
All right,
That's
so...
awful.
All right, so the two in the middle... Whoops, that's not the effect. The two in the middle made it. So, let's see. So this one is dead. This one is dead. Alright, so you kill 3 of them, and you injure 2 of them. Cormac, where you're hiding, this blast of flame licks right at the edge of your boots, and just almost reaches you, but just barely
I don't know
misses.
where he is.
This is true. Alright.
He hid.
Ardak, now that you've killed a bunch of them, do you stay where you are, or do you want to move?
I'm going to kind of back up just a little bit up the staircase we came.
Okay.
Just kind of put a little bit of distance in between myself and them. Let them go for the tasty guy.
All right. Yeah. The fine wine that is the Yankees.
It's fine. Aged.
About time you killed something.
I just, as I run by, I shake my trident and the little sturge just kind of flops around.
So, Cormac, the flames die down, and you see these charred bodies of sturges fall, but you can see 2 burned sturges still flying above.
Do I get advantage on attacks if I'm super stealthy?
Yeah, they didn't see you, so you would have advantage on your first attack against one of them.
Fuck yeah, the one right next to me. I'm going to stab with my new rapier.
Okay. All right, so you stab up from under the water and put your rapier right through the bottom of one of them. And it just goes limp on the rapier, and it's just sort of skewered. Like, you could start doing a barbecue, like, just a few more, and you got a barbecue going.
We got fire breath. You got barbecue.
So he
as I go
dies.
to hide, I want to fling the dead body off the rapier and aim at Roshan.
Just roll me a dexterity check to see how accurate you are with your flinging of the body.
This counts as a ranged weapon, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just use my short bow then,
All right.
so it covers everything.
All right, so you flick it off the end of the. It flaps against a wall nearby, but it does not hit Rashawn at the end of the tunnel. And then you submerge back underwater in the stream, and you are gone. All right, Rashawn. So this skewer, this bleeding, scorched corpse of a sturge flies past you and lands on the ground, and there is one crispy sturge still flying in the air in front of you.
Oh, for God's sake, let's kill this thing. I move up to it, and I swing my greatsword at it.
All right, you hit the sturge, and you skewer it into 2 pieces, and it falls to the ground.
That's how you kill these things.
I'm just wondering who you were talking to.
Yeah, you look down the tunnel, and Cormac is nowhere to be seen.
And Ardak did just walk back away from you, and you've just walked up and said, "That's how you kill these things," to yourself.
Yep. I'm just going to keep stomping through the water.
He just squeezes in. He's eventually, Cormac, you see him coming. He's stomping through the stream towards you, where you're hiding in the water.
I will prepare my rapier.
Oh God.
No, I'll just swim and glide down the creek.
All right, so you just kind of squeeze and flow down past with the flow of the stream in here.
Fucking torches, mate. It makes me move the torches first. Intersection. And I'll periscope my head up.
Oh, there you are.
I'm still 28 stealth, buddy.
It is a tight little corridor, so they eventually would, like, unless you...
No, he's got a perception of 10. Okay.
You're like...
You said you stuck your head up.
You're like, climb up before he gets to you, and you're like, up on top of the ceiling, like your arms and legs sort of across it, looking
Like
down.
Spider-Man's it just...
All right, so you
No,
continue. You can see a little
And
nook.
all I'm thinking is if I slip and fall with my rapier and he dies, it was an accident.
It was an accident.
It wasn't.
All right, so as you move through here, you can see there is this little opening where the Sturgis came out of. It's sort of a fissure in the back, and it looks like they nested in here. You do notice that there is a desiccated corpse of a dwarf that's lying on the ground. It looks like it's been here a very long time.
Can I search its body?
Yeah, search the body, yeah.
Yeah, investigation checks.
We're just terrible people.
It's fair. All right.
I find nothing.
But Ardak, you come up with a coin purse off its belt pouch.
Nice. How much is in it?
I
opened it up and look inside.
There are 35 gold coins inside.
Ooh.
Remember how I gave you that the last pouch each? I think this is my turn to have a pouch.
I give the other two 11 gold pieces and then keep the rest for myself. So I get the little extra.
Sounds good.
Cheapskate. I'm gonna keep crawling along the roof. However, I'm currently moving down this hallway.
You spider climb along the ceiling.
Actually, no, wait, fuck it. This guy can go first. He's walking in front of me.
Trudge through the water.
Fuck it.
All right, so
I'm gonna drop down and notch an arrow in my bow and be like, if I see anything move.
all right, so Rayshawn.
Oh, movement.
You move forward and you follow the stream into a larger area. There's a bigger sort of open area in here. You do see as you come around the corner, you see 4 sturges on the ceiling, but they stay up there and sort of leave you alone. It looks like they've kind of plump, like they've eaten recently. Looking around, you can see the staircase ends here at the bottom. You can also see there's a tunnel that goes off and to the east, so to the right. There's a tunnel that kind of disappears down to the south. And the stream continues to flow, and it comes around and it flows to the south. And you can see that the stream, which is about 5 feet wide here, crosses the floor of the chamber and disappears under a low stone overhang to the south. And you can see that there are larger passageways to the northeast or the southeast. So.
Lots of choices. And I'm mapping this as we go,
Okay.
as part of our thing, because I'm good with maps and geography, so I've been mapping the tunnels as we go and making sure that we have a good map to take back.
All right.
Did I hit?
What are you shooting at? The
What are
sturge?
you shooting?
There's things on the roof.
Okay.
You're ignoring us.
Well, not anymore. So you shoot at the sturge, the 4 sturges up above. You do hit one of the 4. And its little body falls to the ground and splatters as it dies, and the others angrily
Do not see me.
you duck back into the stream tunnel as the others start to fly down toward you. So you guys have to roll initiative again.
Oh, Cormac, what you do?
Oh.
You didn't see me do anything.
There was
I want that gold back.
There was a twang of a bow, and then Cormac's gone.
Oh, we did terrible initiatives.
You weren't expecting a fight.
We weren't. We were trying to figure out which tunnel to go down.
All right, yeah, those
Shouldn't
are
have
really
called out my name before and tried to get me killed.
those are really bad initiatives, guys. Let's see how the Sturges do.
Payback's a
Nat
bitch.
20, nat 20,
They've
nat
got to
20.
do better than we did.
Oh, they got 10s this
Barely.
time. All right, so so they angrily flutter down from the ceiling toward you as they have been attacked by the 2 of you that they can see, the shiny, gold and silver enemies that have attacked them unprovoked. So
We did nothing.
I
You're
did nothing.
carrying lights as well, so
you do. That's the thing. You are the only things with light sources, so they come flying down at you both, and they're going to attack you. So one will attack Rayshawn with a 13 to hit.
I bang it away with my shield.
The second one flies under the shield with a 15 to hit.
I bang that one away with my hand.
And then the third one goes for Ardak with a 16 to hit.
I hit it with my shield.
All right, so you guys hit him away. Rayshawn, it's your turn to do something to these little creatures.
Oh, for God's sake. Die, stupid thing.
You hit, and you kill the first one that has flown in to attack you.
Your
Cormac,
turn.
Cormac, do you do anything?
I'm gonna hold my turn until after the.
Okay. So Ardak, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna try and stab that little one in front of me. Oh my god.
You stab and miss as it sort of gets punted by the little body that's on the end of the trident and not the pointy end.
I will then try to attack the one he missed.
Okay. It didn't see you, so you would have advantage. So that will hit. Alright, so the one in front of you is hit by an arrow and dies. And then this other Sturge will attack Rayshawn with a 13 to hit.
You guys are so
Go
lucky
away.
I'm here. You
Alright,
guys are so lucky I'm here.
Rayshawn.
Oh, come on. Just die.
13 misses the Sturge as it dodges your blade.
Gee.
Cormac, you're still hiding. It doesn't seem to have noticed you as you're in the dark.
Why not? That's.
Oh, and you definitely just skewer it, and it sort of falls into the stream, and the little body with the arrow floats downstream and goes underneath that rock and disappears down into that tunnel below. And it is dead.
You guys are so lucky I'm here. You just got attacked randomly, and then...
You started fight.
You are the
Leave us
biggest
alone.
liar in the world.
Dude, I will.
That's your arrow in first sturge.
No, it's not.
Damn. You're the
Wouldn't I
only one
have
who
advantage
uses
by
arrows,
recognizing
though.
an arrow?
There is another wood elf which has been following us, which uses arrows. She's been very quiet.
So.
You're the worst.
XP. You'll thank me when we're stronger.
If they're not dead.
It's not my concern. They shouldn't be calling out my name as I'm sneaking ahead.
That's fair. What is everybody's passive perceptions? Again.
Mine is 15.
15.
But I
11.
was going to ask,
And
can I check the room? Because these guys clearly missed 4 evil things on the roof.
Well, before you check the room,
Troglodytes. Oh
um,
no.
yeah, you do. You hear footsteps. Whoever has a 10 or better passive perception, you can hear footsteps. They sound like they're coming behind you from the northeastern passageway. Like they're trying to be sneaky, but one of them may be wearing silver or gold armor. You don't know because they're so noisy.
Well, how are you healthier than me?
Ardak is like way into the wall.
Sorry.
So Ardak disappears over here. Do you shutter? You must just close the shutters on your lantern.
Yep.
And hide it.
I do want to point out that I believe I do have one of those like wooden lanterns, which I think that's what they are.
Yeah, I like shutter my lantern closed. It's back against the wall.
Well, time to stealth and get my.
I stand right in the middle of the stream.
All right. So Ardak is hiding, and Cormac, as you hear it, you go. I'm gonna have you guys roll initiatives, as you can definitely hear these footsteps coming toward you.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Our initiatives are terrible.
They're really
but
bad.
It's okay.
It's not okay. My whole class goes based around going first.
That's very true.
Well, it's okay for the rest of us.
All right, let's see. Where'd you go, buddies? There you are. Let's see.
So 15 should be enough to stay hidden.
9's not.
No. All right, so initiative. Nice.
Oh.
Man, I'm true to form, huh?
At least that's what you've been getting for initiative and not like trying to hurt us.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care if that's the
been hurting
attack
me.
or not.
All right, so
You deserve it.
these you see coming around the corner, these creatures sort of emerge from around the corner, and they have like you can see their teeth as they sort of grin when they see Rayshawn standing in the stream, and their clawed fingers, and they are moving right in as they see you, Rayshawn. They don't look like they look at anything else. They just notice you at first. So let's see.
Tunnel vision as they're in a tunnel.
And I'm prepared for them because I heard them.
You did
My
hear
great
them.
sword and my shield at the ready.
Yep. So
I'm picturing you banging the sword on the shield to get their attention.
all right. So it runs past where you're hiding, Ardak. So you could technically, and you hear another one coming, and they both actually have to pass you. They're double moving to get past. So you could actually use a reaction to take an attack of opportunity on either one, the first or the second one that's running through, because they only see Rayshawn.
I'll save it for the second one to come by.
All right, so he's running through, and he's gonna leave your threatened range when he gets about here. So you want to swing at him when he gets there. So you have advantage because he does not see you.
Oh, goody. This is just a reaction, right? So I can't go into a rage before I do this?
Correct.
Okay. That one.
Well, there you go. Who needs a rage when you can critical
You
hit?
critted on reaction.
So that is 12 damage.
12. So he is running toward Raishan, claws and teeth bared, and you hit him. You don't take him down, but you see, like, you have severely wounded him just in this immediate attack. Like, you just gore into his, like, lower back as he goes by, and he roars in pain. And he stops his forward movement, and he just turns and looks at you, and his full attention is on you and the trident that is now jabbed into him that you pull free. And then, once they run in and use their full movement, Raishan.
So the one that came over here and came all the way to me, I'm going to turn and say, okay, bring it on.
All right, so you attack him and you hit him. All right, you slash him. You also, like, grievously wound him just right across his chest because he is unarmored. He's just basically his scaly body is the only thing that protects him. And they're both now bleeding profusely. Ardak, what do you want to do?
I'm just going to stab him again.
All right.
For 19 to hit.
And you do. You just stab into him. You're so
And
focused on it, you don't even rage. You're just...
10 damage.
All right. So you just stab again, and he looks surprised as he just collapses to the ground. And it just hits the floor, blood gushing out of him. And Cormac, so you see one of them go down very quickly. The other one is in Raishan's face. His claws are coming up. What do you want to do, Cormac?
I guess I'll walk over and stab him.
All right, so you walk over and you stab him in the back, and he doesn't even see it coming as he collapses to the ground, gurgling, blood spewing out of his mouth, and he is dead.
Can I just kick his body into the stream?
Yeah, so you kick him over, and he lands in the stream, and it kind of gets... It's a slower than the Sturge washing away, but the running of the stream sort of pushes him downstream. The blood flowing down the stream as well.
This is like the 10th time I've saved you in the past 2 days.
Oh, you didn't save me. See, Big Shiny attracted them to me so you could hit them. Big Shiny is responsible.
Please tell me I managed to stealth so he's talking to nothing again.
Where do you go? Because right now you're in the middle of the room.
You're like, look.
I'm just gonna look.
You're staring at me.
I'll just get my direwolf cloak and just close it. Maybe he'll leave me alone.
He becomes one with the...
He wargs.
No. But yeah, which way did you guys want me to go?
I'm going to investigate these bodies.
All right, well, one body floats away. The other one is still there.
I just kind of have my trident still, and I'm just kind of twisting it a little bit just for the fun of it.
It's just more blood and more blood and more blood. Looking at the bodies, so they're these troglodyte creatures. They aren't wearing any armor. They don't have any weapons on them. It looks like their natural claws and teeth are their only weapons. Otherwise, they don't have anything of interest on their bodies.
Nothing here. Now take and kick the body into the stream.
No, I was going to do something fun with it.
You could pull it out before it floats away.
Oh, no, I was just going to stab with the trident and make it kind of stand up and make it dance around a little bit.
It floats away.
And then
Let it float away.
What's the fun of killing something if you don't get to desecrate its corpse?
No desecration. We kill, it go away. Which way we go?
Well, those guys came from the north, so there may be more up there.
And as Ardak says that, Cormac, you distinctly hear a low growl come from that northeast tunnel.
I think it sounds clear. Maybe Raishan should just walk up ahead.
I'm gonna walk up.
Oh God.
I hear something.
Do you with your 10?
As he moves in there, he does start to hear something. He hears this low growl, and then you hear it sounds like something smashing itself against like a barrier. As you move forward into this darkened tunnel, you can see.
When I hear it smashing up against a barrier, can I just run forward towards it? It sounds like it's trapped, and I could have a new friend.
Sure. So you run, and there's actually, Raishan, you come to the edge where there is actually a gate here, and you see behind this gate a big bear.
Bear? Just a regular bear?
It's a big brown bear. Let's see.
It's a friend.
Can we... What? Oh, can I have a friend? I'll pull out one of my rations. Fuck yes.
All right. So.
And I eat it in front of the bear.
Do you really?
No.
Hey bear, nom nom.
Hi, friend. So
you
yeah.
will never get this. No.
So you see behind this gate, locked back here, is this big, giant brown bear that's just sort
That
of
is massive.
and it sees you, and it sort of growls in your direction when it sees you.
Oh, that's a big
Calm
It's
down, Mr. Bear.
It is penned in by a sturdy timber gate. There's a latch on the outside that keeps it sealed inside.
Do you want to go away, Bear? Go home?
It growls at you, and it sort of stands a little ways away from the gate, and you can see it's kind of drooling a little bit, looking at you.
What's everyone's animal? How good are people with animals? On a scale of 1 to 10.
-1.
On a scale of 1 to 20? 0.
Okay, I'm a 3. Animal handling, here I come.
So Raishan, you stand there and you talk to the bear, and it sort of like roar, and it slams its paw against the gate when you talk to it. Like it's.
Well, that's not nice. I was going to let you go free.
I'm just standing like back down here around the corner a little bit, just because I don't think this is gonna go well.
I think I'm going to open the gate and run.
Oh, whoa. Let me at least try and befriend a little bit before we open the gate.
Are we going to not open the gate?
Yeah, but I can at least throw some rations in first and be like, we cool.
Okay. Go
Oh,
ahead.
Okay, I'm going to throw in some of my rations and be like, we cool.
All right. So you
And try and calm the bear.
all right. You walk up with your rations. You throw your rations through the open gate. And then do you want to make me an animal handling check?
Do I get advantage because I gave it food?
Yes.
Oh, fuck yes. Come on, at 20.
Hey!
So the bear looks like that was what it was expecting. That you were gonna come to the gate and give it food, and it happily and greedily eats the rations, and is sort of chewing on the rations, and it seems to visibly calm down as you're sort of talking to it, like it's all right, here's some food, and it eats what you put in there in a couple of quick swallows.
All you,
Okay.
Cormac.
It could probably eat all of me as well. I agree. I don't know what else do you do as a bear.
Let
Just
it go free.
Maybe it'll kill
Yeah,
something so we don't
jackass.
have to.
Let it go home to wife and cubs.
Is it a male bear?
I don't know. Or husband and cubs. How about spouse and cubs?
I mean, do you want to get in there and check? You can make a nature check if you go inside the pen and take a look.
Nah, that's cool. If only we had a druid with us. Or a ranger, someone who's good with animals.
It finishes eating the rations you put in and is looking around expectantly.
Do we have any more rations?
Here, take one of mine.
Okay, rations again. Let's try and be friends.
All right, so you throw some more rations inside the cage, and it hungrily eats the rations as you throw them in.
Somebody was mean to Bear.
I look at the sturge thing on the end of the trident. Can we?
But it's mine.
But
Do you think
Yogi,
Dead Sturge for.
but Yogi in here.
You think he'll actually eat it?
I don't know.
Brown bears. I don't
If
know.
it doesn't, you can put it back on the trident.
I take it off the trident and I chuck it through the bars towards the bear.
Yes.
The bear is going to try to catch the sturge as you throw it.
Is it playing around now?
Are we playing catch?
Let's see if it catches it.
I'm gonna do something really stupid soon, guys.
It just hits the bear.
Yeah, it sort of like hits it, but it lands on the floor in front of it, and the bear starts eating the dead sturge.
I'm gonna do something really stupid.
I think Bear is nice. Let's open the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door and take a step forward.
Into the cage?
Yeah.
All right, so you open...
I take a step backwards away from the cage.
I step forward to cage, ready to lock cage.
All right, so you step into the cage. Make me an animal handling check when you do.
With advantage because we fed it like 5 times.
All right, so the bear watches you warily as you come in. It's sort of finishing chewing on the sturge. It spits out the stinger, and it kind of like lumbers toward you where the open cage door is, like trying to sort of brush past you and go out the cage door.
Didn't Roshan say that he shot it behind me?
Do you shut it
No.
behind him?
I did not shut it. I said I was ready to shut it.
Oh.
I will
Okay.
open and stand behind the cage. I'm assuming this opens out.
Yeah, it opens out toward the wall.
So I'm going to move back here and behind the cage as the cage opens.
I want to pat the bear as it walks past.
All right, so you make room for him to go by, and you just pet him on the side as he goes by you. He just walks.
Yeah.
He walks past. He sort of looks at Rayshawn behind the door, and he's walking toward Ardak, and he kind of looks at Ardak kind of warily, and as he's
Does
walking
the bear
forward.
seem friendly, not stressed out?
It does not seem as angry as it did when you walked up to the cage. And it's proceeding through the opening. It sort of squeezes through toward Ardak. Ardak, what are you doing as this big bear is walking out toward you? It looks
I'm
like...
just gonna kind of give it some more room.
You guys are so gonna hate me for this. I want to try and jump on its back.
Oh no.
Oh no!
As it's right next to me.
Yep.
As he tries to go past, I'm going to try and grab him.
You don't know what I'm doing.
All right, so...
I can see the look in your eyes.
All right, so... I want
the purpose.
I want Rayshawn to make an insight check. That's really good. Cormac looks pretty guilty. Cormac,
Do I need to do a deception check?
sure, make a deception check. Oh, so
Yes.
so Cormac, you can roll in acrobatics to try to jump onto the back of the bear as he is going out. All right, so...
Do I need animal handling as well, just to calm it down?
Well, you jump on it, and it...
I want to kind of sit on it like a horse.
Yep, Ardak looks... You see the bear's surprise and, like, sudden, like, startled, like, look on its face as Cormac lands on its back. Cormac, make an animal handling check as you land on its back.
I swear to God.
You better roll high.
All right, the bear seems a little upset by this. It does not attack Ardak in the instant, but it does sort of start like moving around this room, like it's startled to have something on its back.
Yeah.
Make another animal handling check.
Can I also grab out one of my rations, or am I just holding on for dear life right now?
Make an acrobatics check to see how well you're hanging on, and we'll decide if you get. All right, you're hanging on pretty good. You could toss some rations from its back as you're trying to hang on.
Did you have
Okay.
any left?
Yeah, I started off with 10, and we've been here a day, and I gave one up. I don't think I gave any to the captured people, did I?
You did feed them with one. Yeah, you did toss them a ration.
Okay, so I'm down to 6 now. With advantage.
All right, so it stops kind of thrashing, and then it just starts lumbering down this corridor and like running for the exit with you on its back.
Wrong way, buddy. Wrong way.
So you guys.
I'm just watching it, letting this happen.
I'm just. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, so it's
Stop
running back through the cave, heading back for the stairs, like kind of lumbering away with you on its back.
Please stop. I don't want to have to take drastic measures.
Just jump off.
But it's a bear. It can't get out anywhere.
It's a
It
can.
can get out.
How? We cut the rope bridge and we set up a bell tripwire by the secret door.
It doesn't know it's a bear.
It'll find a way.
I'm in the walls right now.
Yep. So it is
I'm-
lumbering toward the stairs.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just letting this be a
Take-
thing.
I'm gonna try and follow behind and see.
Team, can I try and stop the bear?
You want an animal handle to try to make him stop?
Oh, it's not
He
working.
continues to run for freedom with you on his back.
Just jump, Cormac.
Are you still
He
hanging
does
on
like
as he
that.
runs?
I wanted to jump off.
All right, so you jump off as the bear runs up the stairs, and just he does, like, you jump. You see him pause for a second and lap some water from the stream up above, and then he continues his dash for freedom.
I will get you on the way back. You will be my mount. I will return back to town and be like, here's your horse, and it's really a bear.
Everyone freaks out.
You okay, Cormac?
No, he ran off.
Are you okay?
I'm heartbroken.
Aw.
I don't care about heartbreak. I care about break.
We had a bear we could have had as a pet.
All right, so
This splits off so many ways, and
It
there's that other
does.
pathway back there which we didn't go down. I just don't want to miss anything.
I'm making maps. If we miss something, we can go back.
Shall we check up first? That way it's a little pocket.
yep.
Is there anything
Do
inside
I
the
see
pocket?
something back there?
All right, so in the
Yeah.
upper pocket where Cormac is, it looks like this must be where those two troglodytes were hiding. There's some leftover, like, dead, like, animal bones and stuff like that. And you can see, like, a couple of straw mats where maybe they would sit and wait. Down in that lower corner, Rashawn, you don't see anything in there of interest.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
are, buddy.
Dead end.
Dead end.
Gonna keep trying to like poke around
Okay.
head this way to this little
All right.
nook.
So you
Oh.
continue downward.
That
and-
nook looks shiny as.
All right. So yeah,
You're not there. You're not there.
Ardak is the first to reach this nook at the lower end here. So Ardak, you see that a trickle of water is seeping down from somewhere up above, and it comes down into this irregular-looking cavern. It looks like it's nourishing a profusion of fungus, weird puffballs, tall caps, and patches of fuzzy mold in varieties of colors. A golden brown carpet of mold covers an old skeleton in a rusted mail suit in the lower southern part of this room. And a narrow passageway leads to another small room beyond this one. A surprisingly bright sword gleams in the skeleton's bony grasp.
I want it.
Sword.
I take
Sword
it.
is mine.
I want it. I want to touch it.
Sword is mine.
This
I
thing's
sword fighter. You pointy thing fighter.
I'm an all things fighter. Thank you very much.
Is there any arrows? I'm running low.
You don't see any arrows here.
Shit.
I want to inspect that sword.
I want to take that sword.
I'm there first.
So what do you guys do in that moment?
I'm going to reach out and take it.
Oh, good. All right, so you reach out and take the sword as Ardak is going to inspect it, and a puff of spores spoots off of the skeleton as you take the sword. So
Ugh.
I need both of you that are standing near the skeleton to make me Constitution saving throws.
This is why you look at things first.
I don't look, I just take.
All right, so Rashawn, you inhale these spores. Ardak, you close your mouth tightly and don't. Rashawn, you take 10 points of poison damage. And you have the poison condition.
Ouch.
Take the sword from him.
So you are now, technically, Rashawn, you are poisoned. You take the sword away from him. And look at the sword. It is a very fine-looking blade. And you do, in fact, notice on the blade the marking of Durgeddin.
Oh.
This is one of the blades you were looking for.
We found one.
You also notice, now that there's been at least one puff of the spores coming off, you see that underneath where they came off, there is a steel helmet on the skeleton that is lined with silver.
I pull helmet off too.
Both of you make Constitution
Stop
saving throw.
grabbing things.
All right. So, Raishan, this time you hold your breath in the moment, and Ardak, you yell at him and inhale the spores, and you will take 10 points of poison damage, and you also gain the poison condition and are poisoned.
I walk away. I'm leaving this room, and I'm taking the sword with me.
I inspect the helmet.
The helmet is a very fine steel helmet with the silver inlays. You'd figure it's worth 110 gold pieces.
Nice helmet.
Where's my lantern?
I look around and look to see if there's anything else.
You can make me an investigation check. All right, looking around, you don't see anything else of interest. But after about a minute goes by, both Raishan and Ardak each make another Constitution saving throw for me. Oh, boys. All right, so you both take an additional 17 points of poison damage.
Ooh.
I'm unconscious.
Raishan collapses, just walking forward with the helmet in hand, and just falls over.
I'm popping my potion because I'm pretty low.
Dude, why don't we just rest? It looks like Ardak can't do anything.
Well, we kind of have to get out of this.
Raishan can't do anything. Ardak's trying to drink his potion.
So, well, as you guys, as you pull your potion out and you look over and you discuss this, so Raishan, make me a death save?
Oh, no.
All right, that's one success. So you guys see, Raishan is breathing very haggard and looks like he's struggling for air.
Can I, try to pick him up and carry him out of here? Because I don't want to drag him in more fungus to release more.
I'll just do a medicine check. 19.
All right.
Do I stabilize him?
Yeah, so you open his mouth and you sort of stick your finger in and clear out some of the pus and stuff that's filling his mouth.
No.
Yeah, and you
I
stabilize
did not
him.
do that.
Yes. And,
I will take an arrow out and I will use the back of an arrow.
all right, and you just sort of clean out the what's grown inside his mouth from the poison pus. And
And I take the helmet as payment.
well, he's not fighting, so you can pick up the helmet.
Yep.
And So you are stable, Raishan, and you can pick him up, Ardak, and carry him out of this moldy cavern into the other room if you want to.
Yes, I would like to do that.
So you drag him back bodily out of this moldy hole, yeah. But you're starting to feel a little better, Ardak. Like that second batch of poison, like damage, kind of cleared you up a little bit, so you don't have the poison condition anymore.
Good. Fantastic.
Nor does Raishan. Raishan no longer has the poison condition.
I'm still unconscious.
You are still unconscious. So you have one unconscious, big, heavy-duty Githyanki over your shoulder as you sort of hobble out of this cave. What do you want to do?
You want to do a short rest?
Yeah? Where do you want to try to hole up and settle down?
You can hole up in Yogi's cage.
In the bear cage?
Yeah, I'll just stealth and quickly check down south to make sure there's nothing. Or did that loop around?
I came from that way and it looped around, but there was another passageway that I didn't go down.
Oh, so further
Of course,
south.
I can't tell you that, so.
Well,
So you're gonna stealth. Do you want to roll me a stealth check to go search a little further ahead? All right. So
just to make sure, I don't want to go too far. I just want to make sure that there's no room nearby with things.
all right. So
And I guess I'll just go to the end of this. Oh, this tunnel keeps going.
yeah, you make
Oh,
your way
it looks
down.
like it opens up into something.
It does. It does look like up ahead it opens into a much bigger cavern. In fact, you notice as you move forward that there's something. It looks like it glimmers a bit up ahead of you with sort of faint phosphorescent light. And it looks like the ceiling ascends very high. You can't see how high from your vantage point, but the ceiling goes up very high. The chamber opens up.
Do I hear anything?
Ooh.
That's my passive's 15.
Yes,
so
it is. So you, let's see. Let's see if you hear anything. Currently, no. It is very, very quiet.
I don't like how you said currently.
I know. I love it.
Well, I'm just gonna back and tell people it's like there seemed like a massive cavern up ahead, and yeah, I don't trust it. Can't believe you guys got hit by stuff again. We weren't even in combat. The one time I don't go for the shining stuff is when it's trapped. This is amazing.
So, you guys sort of back yourselves in here. You pull the gate closed and settle in for a rest. So, you can spend your hit dice if you want to, including Raishan, because you are stable.
What a hit die. I don't know how to use them. That's so cool.
That's almost maximum.
One of these days, Cormac.
I'm gonna get killed just outright. The one time I do get hit,
one hit
it'll
KO,
do double
just
my max
boom.
health. Well, instant death. No death.
All right.
48 damage. Boom.
It'll be one of those times where you guys are infighting amongst yourselves and Cormac's bragging and forgets to be sneaky, and all of a sudden something will be like, Audrey 2. And there's no more Cormac.
I wake up and look around and go, how did I get here? What happened?
Oh, yeah.
I carried you.
I'm
You
now down
carried
to
me.
10 arrows.
Yeah.
Because I'm not using the one that was put in his mouth.
You kind of went unconscious there because you kept touching things, and we got poisoned.
Poison?
What's this wee business? Thank you very much. You got poisoned.
I just remember grabbing sword and helmet. Where is
Yeah.
sword and helmet?
You
You
lost
broke
your
the
sword and
helmet
helmet
when you fell.
privileges.
You broke the helmet when you fell.
Oh. Sword. Where's sword?
I have the sword. It's one of the ones we're looking for, so we're just gonna not bloody it.
Okay.
It does look like a very beautiful, like pristine blade. It's been in this cavern, yet there's no deterioration to it whatsoever. It's absolutely perfect.
May I look
Good.
at sword,
Good.
please?
Yeah. Is anyone proficient in Arcana?
I don't know. Is anybody proficient in Arcana?
No, but
I got a 2.
I have a 0.
So Rashawn
Well,
thinks it's a
too.
very nice sword. And
It's a
Ardak does
very,
as
very
well.
nice sword.
Cormac, you are pretty sure, though you don't know the exact properties, that it definitely is magical. Maybe.
It's a normal sword. I'm not telling you shit. They tried getting me killed so many times today. And they wouldn't
What?
help me tame Yogi Bear.
I did help you. I gave you ration.
You let him out, okay?
You let him out. What are you talking about?
You open the door more. Your fault.
So, as you talk about this, what else do you guys want to do?
We still
I
need
don't
to
know.
explore.
Yeah, we can go into the cavern.
Cavern? What cavern?
Oh yeah, there's a massive cavern at the end of the tunnels to the south. I didn't actually look in, but it looked amazingly dangerous. So
Well, sneaky guy, go look ahead, see if there's danger.
Not too sneaky.
shit. It's not my day. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go to the entrance of that cavern
Okay.
and this just looks really dangerous.
I follow far behind.
This just looks really dangerous. I can make it 35 feet in one turn of running without using an action. So you can be up to 70 feet away because I can dash with my bonus. Really, you can be up to 105. I could probably make it back to the cave in a turn.
Yep. All right. So you move forward though to get a better look at this cavern.
Do I read perception?
Yeah, sure. Because you're taking, you're kind of moving in closer. You're getting a closer look at it.
No, still a 15.
Yep. So it still glitters with that faint phosphorescence. The ceiling is 50 feet above you. There are bright flecks and gleaming stone formations all around. Patches of strange fungi dot the floor, including capped stalks standing as tall as humans and glowing puffballs almost a yard wide. High ledges rise 15 to 20 feet above the floor on the north, south, and western walls. Narrow passageways lead off to the south. There's the one you've come from the north. And a flight of carved stone stairs descends from the western ledge to a path that meanders through the center of the chamber toward a small iron door in the eastern wall. Audible throughout this chamber is the sigh of a soft, cool breeze that rises toward the surface far above. So there's a breeze blowing through here from somewhere.
I avoid spores. Where's path without spores?
Currently, you would have to cross the spores to get to the path.
Arg.
Well, I mean, last time.
Carefully walk without disturbing any of these poisonous spores.
You can try to move through them. You could also, if you wanted to, make a nature check to try to learn more about them.
If I'm good with poisonous kits and these things poison people, would I have a better understanding?
Perhaps.
I'm proficient in it. I don't actually own any poisonous kits, but I'm proficient in it.
Can I try to nature check these?
You can.
Nope.
They look like strange spores that glow.
11. Oh, shoot.
You can see... Oh, go ahead.
I look as well.
Hey, one of us is useful.
All right.
He's had full experience with these things.
So, Raishan, you look at these, and you don't think that this fungus is dangerous at all. In fact, you think, looking at it, that it may even be okay to even ingest it, and nothing would happen to you. Like maybe
Do it.
something uses this as a food source.
Do it.
No, I'm not hungry.
Do
I
it.
not eat.
You do it, Cormac.
Do eat, Cormac.
I just ate multiple rations. Okay.
No, you fed multiple rations to Bear.
Yeah, which is going to be my friend.
You gotta find it again first.
Do we have any idea what eats mushrooms? All these things?
You're not sure what would eat these. But looking around, Cormac, you can see to the west where there's that 20-foot rise and that staircase comes down. It looks like there's a bunch of like sarcophagus or like sepulchers, like coffins.
We all
spread
know
out.
how stealthy I am right now, which isn't very. Let's go. Jump up a 20. Let's go climb a 20-foot incline, shall we?
Well, there is a set of stairs that goes up that direction on this bottom toward the south. If you wanted to take the stairs.
Is there? Okay, let's still try and climb the 20-foot incline.
All right.
'Cause that's probably trapped.
So athletics.
Yeah.
All right, so you scurry up this incline to the top, and you can see that looking around, and with the help of this glowing phosphorus fungus below, it helps light the area. You can see that there are 23 of these, what look like coffins. The lids all carved in the likenesses of grim dwarves in armor. Dwarvish runes on the front of each of the tombs appear to represent the names of the occupants or the intended occupants. 3 of these stone coffins have additional runes carved into them. Does anybody speak Dwarvish?
Read Dwarvish is
No.
more the thing.
Dwarvish, what's that?
Isn't it reading?
It would be, but if you could speak it, you usually can speak and read.
Isn't draconic writing Dwarvish?
No.
No.
What is anything we know?
Does any of this look familiar?
It does not. You guys, I've never, like, this looks like probably the burial area for these dwarves that used to live here.
We could open up every coffin and be prepared to unleash an army of undead.
No, we don't open coffins. Coffins are sacred.
I'm going to try and open this coffin in front of me as he's saying, no, we don't open coffins, they're sacred.
All right.
I'm standing back.
Just roll me a strength athletics check to pop the lid off. All right, you do throw back the lid of this coffin, and let's see.
I stand back in case of trap.
Ensies.
So you throw it open, and
This is where I die.
Yeah, there is in fact a dwarven skeleton inside. Looking at in it, there's like some different carved like stone collections left in there. Like there's some
Valuable stuff.
No, nothing that looks valuable. It looks like more like for memory's sake, like maybe some of the work they did in life. But otherwise, you don't see anything valuable. Like there's like an old axe that looks like it's been there a long time, and it's sort of separated from the handle now.
Is there any markings on that sword we found?
There was the marking of Durgeddin on the blade.
Do
of
we
the sword.
see any of them on these coffins?
You don't. The only thing you see is there are 3 coffins that, aside from what you see is probably the name of who would be in it, there are 3 coffins that have additional text on them.
Which 3?
They're just sort of spread out. There's like one up here next to you, there's one across the way over here, and then there's one like over here.
Is the additional text all the same? Like it looks the same, or do they all look different?
They are different.
Okay.
Can I check if there's any magical inclination with the writing?
Sure, you can try to Arcana.
So I'm going to go up and I'm going to close the one that he had opened.
Okay, so it shuts. You don't Cormac, notice anything that you think is magical about it. You do, looking at them. While the text is all different, the last line of each looks like it's the same text, though you don't know what it says.
What's this say?
I have no idea.
Is this important? Can I investigate this coffin here in front of me?
You can do what you want.
What are you opening it and looking inside of it, or
No,
are you just...
I'm going to investigate the outside first to look for anything that either looks trappy or of any interest.
Okay.
How long is your trident?
I didn't discover anything.
Yeah, it looks like a coffin. It doesn't look much different from the rest aside from the writing.
It's trident length. I don't know.
What if? And how long's each coffin?
The coffins are maybe at max length 5 feet long. That's the biggest of them.
What if we take a lid off of this one in front of me, which we know is not trapped, and push it against the lid on one of these ones with the extra writing on it? Then we're a good 5 feet away, if not further.
Oh, you guys are boring. I'm just going to open.
All right, make
You got at me for just opening the
strength
door.
athletics check.
Athletics. I'm
I'm
Yep.
notching an arrow. I'm
Not
notching
my
an
favorite.
arrow.
So it takes you a minute to pull this lid open. It's harder to lift than the other one, but you get your hands in there and you sort of lift and push it over, and it opens up, and you see inside there is another dwarven skeleton. It looks like it was buried, with mostly nothing of interest except you see on one finger the glint of gold.
What do you
I see gold. I'm not touched this time.
Can I?
It's a shiny. Do I need to roll something to see if it would stop me from going for the gold?
I mean, that would be your choice. Would something stop you from going for the gold?
I'm gonna roll a 1d100. Anything above 50, I'm going straight for that coin.
Okay.
Straight for the coin.
All right, you go straight in and you grab on, and you actually find that your hand closes around a ring on the dwarf's finger, and you pull it free, and it is designed as a dragon. The top part is the shape of a golden dragon, and the band goes around. It's the tail of the dragon that comes back around and goes into the mouth. So it's a complete circlet of this little golden dragon as a ring.
I know this is. Who speaks Draconic? And I look at the dragon. Oh.
I just hold my hand out for it.
I just want you to look and see if there's any writing or something which on this you can't have it just yet.
Give it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll kind of inspect it a little closer.
Yep, you look at it more closely, and there's no symbols or draconic writing on it. It is just a very finely crafted golden dragon ring.
Can I have the ring back?
It says it can only be worn by a dragon.
Make a deception check and make an insight, Cormac.
This is terrible, but okay.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
So
I could be part dragon. We don't know.
So as they are sitting there arguing about this Ingo ill effects, I'm going to go to the next one that has the special writing and lift the lid up.
I'm gonna just stare Court back in the eye as I slide the ring onto my finger.
all right, make me a wisdom saving throw. Just kidding.
Oh, I was prepared.
No. So
I will
you
kill
pop
you.
the lid off the next one easily, and you see inside this coffin is another dwarven skeleton. Lying next to it is a finely crafted warhammer inset with a garnet stone.
So I inspect it
All
to
right,
see if it's trapped.
Just pick it
make
up.
an investigation check. It does not appear to be trapped.
So I just pick it up.
All right, you pull this finely crafted warhammer out, and it's got this beautiful garnet just set into the top of the hammer, and it's got a nice heft to it. It's a nice weapon.
Do I see any writing or anything on it?
There's no writing on it. And so between these two things, it looks like the hammer is worth at least 110 gold pieces, and the ring is worth 120 gold.
Almost
I'm gonna hang it. I'm gonna hang the warhammer on my belt.
Okay.
Can we open up this last one? Looks like there may be an item for me in here.
Oh, I'll open it for you.
I'm gonna notch an arrow in case the skeleton pops up.
All right. So the chest opens and it is empty inside. There's no skeleton. There's
Sorry,
nothing.
Cormac.
Well, that's
Nothing there.
Can I inspect it? I want to hop in and investigate.
Up in.
All right.
Does it look like there was something in there?
There's gotta be something in here. There's gotta be something.
You investigate it, and it appears that this coffin was closed up without anything ever residing inside of it.
This is complete bullshit.
I can fix that.
We shot the core back in.
He's on his hands and knees looking at the seams. The door closes on them.
I
So
have dark vision, so I can still see. So I'm like, good idea. Maybe there's something on the roof of this thing. Anything on the roof? Anything on the lid?
nope, nothing in the lid.
I sit on the lid.
All right.
I want to try and lift it and slide it
Oh,
off.
make a strength athletics to try to lift it. You push. There's a very heavy dragonborn. It kind of opens a little bit and then closes again. As
So she got a nat 20 and just flung you off of it.
So
So this is cut to me going, I bet you were wondering how I got into this situation.
So I think we're gonna stop there with you guys on top of this rise in this phosphorescent lit room, having opened
Cormac
a handful.
in the coffin.
Cormac in his coffin. He's gonna take a
At
little
least I'm not
rest.
claustrophobic.
Yeah, right. And we'll come back to this next time to see what happens
Hopefully
next.
with another wood elf.
Yes, hopefully Kat will be
Miss
back.
my elvish
We're
friend.
sitting there, and then one of the coffins opens up, and the cat just pops out. What? What?
She's
Clarilla
just
just
literally
popped out.
hiding in the darkness, watching all of these antics, going, "Oh my God, why?"
It's gonna be like one of those Scooby-Doo moments where one lid opens and I pop up over there and we go to a different one. Hello.
So, all right. So let's do. Let's start with Jamie. Do you have any plugs for this week?
I do.
Oh,
On this channel, it's tomorrow now, correct?
tomorrow. Yes, Monday.
Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time is continuing Call of Cthulhu Reign of Terror. The
Mm,
world still has 5 days to die, and we don't know how to stop it.
This is true. This is true.
And there's
Just enjoy
probably-
those 5 days.
The secret police is probably after me and my son.
It could happen. Barry, how about you?
The only thing which I know for sure which is on is Tuesday nights on Indoor Adventurers channel is part 3 of our Waterdeep heist campaign, where I am yet another rogue, but I am wanted by the guards for killing people because apparently it's against the law.
Oops. Oops.
Yep, oopsies.
And Brad, how about you?
Nothing in particular to plug, but happy 71st birthday to the United States Air Force
Oh.
and an annual POW MIA Recognition Day. May those lost in war be returned in peace.
Yes. And I'm Jeanette, and I will be running Call of Cthulhu tomorrow night here on Uncanny_Adventures. I changed my Twitch name so everybody knows, because I figured why not. And that's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow here. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks at our regular time, which is generally 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These guys were cool and played a little early because I have my sister's birthday party to go to tonight.
Well, happy birthday to your sister.
Thank you. And Otherwise, on Saturdays at around 3 p.m. on Power Score RPG, I'm playing a human rogue in Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And I'm not doing anything else that I know of right now. So I think that's it. We'll see you back for this in 2 weeks. I'll get videos posted to YouTube as soon as I get a chance. And stop by and see some Cthulhu tomorrow if you want to see these guys try to save the world. While one of them is on a date.
He is on a date.
He is on a date, so... All
The
right.
rest of us are dying, but he's on a date.
I mean, you know, he might have the right idea. The world's ending. So thanks, guys, for playing, and take care, everybody, and we will see everybody soon. Have a good one. Bye.
You too. Bye.